third day on my funded account challenge. Let's see what happened today. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Franco and this is Trading Futures Live. I will show you in this video how I took this trade, why I was thinking in a long direction, and how I waited for the setup to unfold until I set the order. Okay, so let's jump right into the trade. All right, so this is my H1. Today is October 12th, and I just took one long trade. I was thinking, all right, the market is choppy. The US dollar is in a range from the London session. It's not usual that the dollar just stays in a small range after London opens. Usually we have some expansion of the range. Usually the range happens during the Asia session, right? But in this case today, we didn't have that. We did have some choppiness coming into the dollar during the London session. So that told me right away, all right, this might be a sideways day. Okay. By the way, if you don't attend to the pre-market analysis live stream, I think they're very interesting. I couldn't do any trading without the prep, so I need a good trader needs to prep, and that's what I do at 8:50, and I share it with you guys. Okay, so I invite you to come at 8:50 every morning, and then I'll come back on a live trading session. So all right, so my first thing was, all right, if the dollar comes to supply, I will short. If the dollar comes to demand, I will long. Okay, sorry. If the dollar comes to supply, I will long. If the dollar comes to demand, then I will short the NQ. Okay, so here, do you have a big drop from the open? We violated the overnight low, and then we had this explosive move up, creating this area of demand. And then when we came back here, we had this little reaction to the upside, and then a continuation to the downside. But this reaction to the upside tells me the area might be a good area to go long. Right? What you need is either the internals and the dollar and the ADD or all of them. Okay. So in this case, we did have the tick chart and the dollar aligned. So the ADQD was just going against us in this particular trade. All right. If you see the dollar here is a work that I do on the pre-market. So this is the London Open. Look how choppy was the London session with the dollar. And then we finally started to break to the upside. And then we had this supply here. Here on the white circle is where I took the long on the equity markets. I ended up making $200 in my personal account and $200 in my funded account. Nothing spectacular, but given the fact that I was accounting for a choppy market, I think is a okay result for today. Okay. Tomorrow we will have more opportunity. We have CPI. So let's continue now with the video. Some members on the chat was saying, all right, no, the dollar looks good because it's dropping, but actually I would have preferred the dollar to stay here for my trade to work better, right? So here you got some exhaustion to the downside and buyers here showing up. That's why I had to I scaled out in my trade and I didn't reach my ultimate target, right? So I do think I have to be honest. I think I made a mistake on scaling out just half of the position. I had 4 contracts. I could have just taken 3 and then the rest let it to reach my target, but instead I took 2 out of the table and then I let the other ones to reach my target. But instead of reaching my target, it went down to stop me out break even. So let's take a look at the actual trade on the MQ. Here's my entry, here's my scale out, and here was my ultimate target. I entered up here, scaled out half of the position, and I gave up all these gains. I stopped out break even. The trade ultimately ended up working, but that's not my trading. Okay, my trading is if the moves works, then I'll make money. If it doesn't, then I will take my risk and I will account for that money to be out of my account already. Psychologically, I think that's one way that you can view your trading, so you can not be so attached to the money. All right, whatever happens is a probabilistic outcome that you need to see and not see your trade as a bad trade or a good trade. If you follow your plan and if you followed all the steps that you need to follow, then it's a good trade. Now the outcome is independent of what you did. Okay, the outcome is 100% random. That is one way that it has helped me a lot to keep my psychology in check and not thinking that every trade needs to make me money. In the long run, if you study your data, then you will have your numbers. You will know if you make money or if you don't. If you don't make money, then you need to adapt your plan, get the best of it, so you can turn it into a profitable plan. But for me, is this. And sometimes I do get criticized because of this. I gave up from like 880 to 830, 50 points. My plan only makes money if I get 3-to-1 or more. I am not profitable if I don't get 3-to-1. Okay, that's why sometimes I'm a bit rigid with this rule in my plan, because I need to force myself to hold into my winners. I don't want to hold my losers. My losers, I try to cut them fast with the stop loss. If I am winning in a position, I'm holding on to that trade until it gets to my target, because that's the way I make money, right? And it can be different for you. It is the case for me. Every trader has its different statistics. So I do encourage you to study your data so you can improve and tweak your plan, change it a little bit until you become a profitable trader. We didn't review the internals. The internals were textbook setup. We were having here the divergence to the upside while the market was coming down, and then the biggest exhaustion, and then the explosive move to the upside. The ADQD, like I said, the ADQD was against us, but in this type of trade, you will have the ADQD going against you. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit that like button and share to your friends so we can grow the channel and help more traders. Thank you.